going.
Get it going. Get it going. Good morning, everybody. It's Sally. I forgot my name. The upside down picker.
The underside down picker.
That's how I filmed this morning. And it's Todd, the silver hair stacker.
It's Sally Boo.
Yeah, that's what him and Ansley call me. Sally Boo. I have lots of nicknames. I have a very long time ago. It was Sally McGalley. Then for a while it was Paris motherfucking Hilton. So it was PMFP. No, PMFH. And that's what they would call me. And that was for a reason. But and then it's it's been upside down picker. It's been let's see, Sal is, a lot of my customers call me Sal. A lot of customers call me Sal. My boss calls me Sal sometimes. And I'm probably forgetting some, but like I said, Ansley and Todd called me Sally Boo. I can't think of any more, but I'm sure there are. I've moved my camera, and I'm trying to go this.
Somebody doesn't call cuss words or some derogatory.
Yes, fishing and picking. It was okay. There's a story behind that whole thing, because I was at my friend's house and she's passed. So, but when she was alive, we would go over to her house and hang out. And she lived in this townhouse type place. But then there was this show me your camera, Maggie, if you can, for at least a second. So there was this fence behind the townhouse, and then okay, thank you, Maggie. Good morning, Maggie.
Good morning.
So there was this fence behind the townhouse, and behind this fence was a whole apartment building, and there was these guys that was hanging out over there, and I don't know if they lived there or they just were hanging out, with a friend or whatever. But then that reason is not a sex tape. So they were hanging out, and then they started talking to us over the fence, and there was like 4 or 5 of us girls. And so they were hanging out, talking with us over the fence, and they were like, "Oh, can we come over?" And I was like, "Okay." They looked like gang members. I'm not gonna say they were gang members, but they dressed like gang members. So I was a little bit hesitant, and so the one of them, once they came over and everything, one of them was trying to hit on my friend. And I was trying to, as you would say, cock block a little bit. I was like, they were like, "Hey, do you want to go out? Do you want to go out this Saturday?" And after they found out she was after they found out she was single, they were hitting all over her. And so I was, doing my job as a good friend and being a cock blocker. And so I was like, you know, being a little bit hesitant of them and everything. And so the one guy was like, you know, in like a very crazy like California Mexican accent. He goes, "What do you think you are, man? A motherfucking Paris Hilton?" And so, or it was like Paris. No, I did it wrong. Paris motherfucking Hilton or something like that. Okay, so anyways, that's how I got that nickname. And so my best friend, she called me motherfucking or Paris motherfucking Hilton or something along those lines. It was always, you know, but she always did mother Paris Hilton. Paris motherfucking. I can't remember how she said it. MFPH. That's what it was. MFPH. So you get it. You get where I'm going. Thank you all for everybody being here today. Todd, the silver hair stacker in the panel, and Maggie Doodle in the panel, and then we got Hank and Mary and Fishing and Picking and Alexis. Everybody, good morning. Hope you're all doing well.
There's Valerie.
And Jennifer Hayes.
Morning, Valerie.
Jennifer Hayes. And there's Valerie, my sister, that I miss very much. How are y'all today? Hi, Ansley. I was talking about you before you were even here, and you showed up. Thank you.
How are you feeling, Sally?
Oh, man.
How are you feeling?
I just slept for 15 hours. I had 2 potty breaks. But 15 hours, that's what my my CPAP showed.
Wow, you must have really needed it.
So yeah, it was, I mean, I felt like I needed it, and because I felt like I was getting sick. The night before when I was at work, we got 2 inches of ice. So if you can imagine that, my camera, I'm not used to that. Let's see. Yeah, 2. I'm trying to show. Stay still, camera. I'm trying to show 2 inches of ice, and then on top of that, we got 5 inches of snow.
Oh Lord!
On top of that, let me get my. I'm trying to look. I mean, it doesn't look like that much on a measuring tape, but when you get that much snow, you know it.
Especially with the ice underneath, because yeah. We haven't had anything this year. No storms at all. And It was over 60. It was over 60 yesterday and the day before. It was like spring.
Wow, that's awesome. I mean, that's great for you guys for winter, man.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you need it to get people up there, you know. I mean, for us, this is good because we'll get more people up. You know, right. I guess that's a good thing or whatever. But because we're a tourist town, there's a lot of people that don't come here unless there's snow in the winter.
Right. I guess that's like right up above here are the Pocono Mountains. I guess there's no schooling's not good this year. Probably really bad for them.
Yeah.
Who wants to know if she blocked Jennifer? I don't know.
Did I block Jennifer?
I don't.
Do you have your live chat on?
Oh yeah, she did. Jennifer timed out for 300 seconds. Wow. Ansley's here to play hardball, right? What did she say to you?
I didn't. I didn't know. I didn't see. Oh, because I'm on this chat.
Yeah, I didn't see it either. That's so funny. Jennifer.
I'm from California, Alexis. Me and Valerie are from California.
Jennifer.
Can you untime her out, or does she have to wait?
No, you have to wait. Unfortunately, you have to wait until it. Just know that it was a mistake, Jennifer, and sometimes that does happen. Oh yeah, we're getting snow right now. I was out watching. I was on my porch and I was watching the dogs across the street. They let them out on leashes, and they're pit bull mixes, and they're so freaking cute. One is tan and white, and one's black and white. And one's more of a puppy than the other one, but they're both still pretty young. And they have one leash going from this door and one going from this door, so they come around and they meet each other, but it's like so they don't get tangled up in their leashes. And so they come out and they run around with each other and wrestle and stuff. And I was laughing my ass off at them because they were being so cute. And here it is, like snow falling, so freaking cute. No, we're from the middle. There's Lori. Lori.
Hey, Lori.
With the messed up knee.
Yeah, good morning. I'm on my iPad, so I can't see the chat or nothing. All I can see is you all.
That's okay. Just be nice to Ansley, or she'll block you. She'll time you out.
Ansley.
Guys, quit! I've got to fight with the dogs. Quit! Being brats.
No, we're from like the middle, Alexis. If you know where Fresno is and you know where Bakersfield is, we're like we were from like 30 minutes north of Bakersfield, so about 3.5 to 4 hours from LA, north of LA, I should say.
I was confused for a second. You were saying Alexis, and I thought you were talking to Google on your little thingy.
Oh, you know what? And every time I say Alexis, my Alexa will pop up. I don't know if she's saying anything, but it does pop up. Like there's a ring that illuminates around the top every time I say her name. She's just waiting for me to talk to her.
Alexa, what's the
I moved to
temperature?
By the way, there's lots more I can do.
What'd you say?
Said 48 degrees.
48?
Oh.
Wow. Alexa, what's the temperature?
Good morning,
Right now,
Bluegrass.
22 degrees Fahrenheit. Today, expect a high of 32 degrees. I can also play a brief news update from your favorite news provider. Would you like to hear it?
No.
Mine just told me the weather here.
You just cut it out.
Laurie's got dogs telling her the weather.
Yeah. No, it's like WWE. It's WWE only canine version.
No, it said 22 with a high of 32. So that's pretty good for us.
That was mean.
Right now.
Hey.
Yeah, and I got I only got 4 cells over the weekend, but I was glad for that because I wasn't expecting anything. I was expecting to be shunned by now. by eBay.
Good morning, Patty and Bluegrass Picture.
And I haven't got.
I have 11 going out today. I'm pretty happy with
I
that.
do
You have how many?
11.
as well.
Oh, good job.
Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with my sales. You know what I sold several of? Christmas CDs.
Yep. Christmas is still selling. I
just
swear.
sold a Christmas audio book.
She's yelling pups.
I guess Jennifer's not coming back.
Who?
Oh, Valerie
Oh.
said they had a 1/4 inch of ice all over in Kansas a few days ago. Lord.
I think I have her on Facebook. I'm not sure. Yeah, I seen that in Kansas they're having some flooding too. Right now in certain parts. I don't know if it's in your part, Valerie, but I was going to ask you about that.
About 3 days ago. And Gwen drove through it. She had me
And
going out and checking her car for damage.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, my gosh.
Picker had Christmas ornaments sell in the flea market booth. Yeah, that's weird.
Well, I mean, it happens every year, really. This year it was like more than what I did last year as far as Christmas items. But last week I think I sold 5 or 6 all week of just Christmas items.
And were you having a sale or anything? Because my CDs were on sale. No, weird.
Nope. People just looking for them for like next year.
I got 4 going out.
Oh man,
today, and 2 more that need to be packed when Lacey gets home.
All right. Well, I'm glad they're helping you out.
Yeah, they like the inventory system. They didn't understand it when I was trying to explain it to them, but they get it now. And
oh, that's good.
They both jumped right on board. Said, "What do you need?" It's like, "Okay, here you go." Give them a
good,
list, and they go pull it and bring it to me.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's good.
What's the
it's
deal?
Good, just in case, you know.
Mm-hmm. What's the what, Maggie?
What's the deal with you're still waiting for an MRI, right?
Yeah, I go Thursday. I got in to see her on Thursday. That's as soon as they could get me in. So, but they don't do that stuff. You'd think with big giant hospital they could take me right in and do an MRI, but that stuff has to be ordered now through your regular doctor. I think that's stupid. I guess it's different if it's an emergency case, but because it's not life threatening. They didn't, they just have to have it ordered. But when it happened, I heard a snap. I mean, it felt like a twig just snapping. So, and they're telling me it's a sprain. I'm like, I don't think so. I've done this before to my ankle, and my ankle, that was actually a break. But the only good thing is there's no bruising, so there's no bleeding anywhere. But something's wrong with it because I still can't turn it to the left or the right. As long as I keep it straight with this brace on it, if I keep it straight with this brace on, I can put a little bit of weight on it, enough to move around and go to the bathroom and stuff like that. I mean, I can't tap dance or nothing like that, but but
yeah.
But if it turns just the slightest bit to the left or right, twist it just the slightest bit, it feels like somebody just cut it off. So, so it's either a nerve or a tendon or something.
Your brother-in-law.
So,
what a bum crack!
My brother-in-law fractured his tibia. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
I do.
Okay. My brother-in-law, he fractured weeks ago. Well, it's been probably 3 weeks now. They told him that if you were or something high up, you would be going into surgery right now.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't be waiting 2 days before he went into surgery for his tibia.
Yeah.
And they told if you were high up, you would be going into surgery right now. So I guess do that, if it's if you're highfalutin, then you get to go,
So you got to be like
sooner than others.
Nick.
So you gotta be a Kardashian or something, or congressman, or
Yeah, yeah.
Bluegrass Picker says
Have some money, probably.
said what?
He said Bluegrass Picker said eucalyptus oil will help with the pain and inflammation.
Yeah, I've got Teresa got me some hemp oil that has all that in it.
Okay.
It has the eucalyptus, like a menthol type. So I put that, and it does relieve some of the pain. But I'm on ibuprofen 850s too, so that's the only thing I'll take, because everything else tends to hurt my stomach. But that, so. But as far as the pain goes, it's like a dull throb, and I can deal with it. It's if I move it a certain way. So, and this stupid brace they give me keeps sliding down my leg, so I got to keep loosening it up and tightening it back up again. It's like I can't win for losing.
Yeah.
Bet you guys. What? I'm not talking to you. Go away. No wrestling over here. They want to get on my lap.
They're like, well, who you talking to? If it ain't us. We're the most important things in your life.
These two are something else. The other one just leaves the room. She goes back there and lays on. Do not chew on that. Quit. Don't look at me.
Did you message Jennifer already?
Quit.
Ansley? Because I was going to message her, and I don't want to do it if you already did it.
Really?
Just to tell her it was a F up. How many you got going out today, Todd?
I got 11.
Huh?
11.
11.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Are you having problems?
I can hear y'all.
Yeah.
Just fine.
La 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 la.
Maybe it's me. I can hear you say la 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 la.
It couldn't be you.
Okay.
That lady that gave me that crystal.
Okay,
card.
what did you say now?
Oh, sorry. Who?
I said it couldn't be you having problems.
Todd.
You're perfect.
I don't think he heard you.
You hear me?
How many you got going out, Todd?
I've got 11 going out.
Oh,
that's what we
same as
couldn't hear.
Maggie?
Oh, that's weird.
We're twins.
Yeah, that is weird. Weird is that my two things is I had two things of sales, like one on Saturday and one on Sunday, or two on Saturday, two on Sunday, and they came within the first ones came within probably 5 minutes of each other. And like I was in the bathroom and I got 2 sales.
Oh.
And then and that was on Saturday, and then on Sunday it was within 30 minutes of each other. I got 2 sales. It was crazy. I was like, that's pretty freaking weird.
I hadn't had any sales until I did this to my knee. Then it was like, cha-ching, cha-ching. Really? I said, guess what, guys?
Of course.
Teresa's like, well,
Contract says the severe buildup of precious metals in Todd's house is interfering with his signal.
my dog is licking
Takes
the
us
window.
a magical Kool-Aid.
My dog is
The magical
licking
Kool-Aid
the window.
bathroom situation.
You're gonna be one of those, aren't you?
Oh, Mary has 20. You go, Mary.
Woohoo! Good job.
Well, now what are you doing? Quit. God, they're in rare form this morning. CBD
Yeah.
seltzer? Ooh, I might want to try that. So CBD seltzer water.
Oh yeah. Oh, Valerie sold 23 items so far. Good job, sis.
Oh,
Holy
awesome.
mackerel. Sorry, you might hear
She
a
said she probably won't be doing a challenge on Sunday, but will be start up the next
Oh, I
Sunday.
can't believe it's time for her to come home already.
if you hear
When are
a
you
noise.
coming home, sis? I forget.
I thought she said Friday. No.
It's possible. Friday or Saturday.
If you hear
Um,
background noise, that's my heater just kicked on my little fireplace I got. You can.
I didn't hear nothing.
Oh, that's good then.
She said Friday. All right. Well, let's see. On Wednesday, I start my vacation on Wednesday. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday I'm off.
Oh, wow.
Which
Okay.
is one reason why I'm trying to like not be sick. I'm like trying my best to be positive and like, but I do feel the thing in my throat, like
Mm-hmm.
you know how when you first get sick,
Right.
you feel that thing in your throat, and it's like I'm like ignoring you because I don't want you to come. and then I slept all that time thinking maybe I can just sleep it away,
Hello, you're rude.
or sleep through it or something.
Quit.
Ansley says, keeping y'all out of the pocket, putting you right on the shelf now. That's probably a good thing, Ansley. Don't want to hit no more buttons.
Right.
Yeah, so I don't get Job's coming. As far as I know, he's still coming on Wednesday. So I'm hoping that they'll stay for a few days, and I never get to talk to the kid. He him and he messages me back, what you need, Mom? And then I get back to him, and like the day or so, and he's like, telling me, Mom, what'd you message me for? And it's like
Yeah.
it's like we keep on missing each other. Hi there, Glenn.
Morning, Glenn.
Valerie says, I get into Kansas City at 4 p.m. and depending on if my battery is dead, I'm hoping to be on the road by 5:30. Oh man, that's early. But that'll be good that you can get home and have the day. Probably won't go get the dogs until Saturday then. Yep, a good old fashioned game of phone tag. I don't like to, like talk to him, like, ask him questions like, when are you going to be here? Like a big old long thing of questions, and then, him message me later and tell me the answers to him. I want to talk to him,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you meant PM. Oh, okay. Well, that'll still be good. That'll mean you get home about 6:30 at night, and then you have all night, and then I don't know if you'll go get the dogs that day, the next day, or or when. Hopefully you're not sick when you better take you some emergency or something,
Mm-hmm.
some vitamin C or something so you don't get sick on that airplane. She's really bad about that.
There's Jennifer. Welcome back, Jennifer.
Hi, Jennifer.
That's like when we went to the emergency room.
Okay.
There were people all walking around with masks on because the flu's real bad. I thought, great, that'll probably be the next thing I get.
Yep. Yeah, you got to keep your vitamin C up. I've been really bad. I haven't taken anything in a while, and I need to. But the last time I got them, they were on sale, and I got them for pretty cheap, and I haven't, really been looking at the sales for vitamins and stuff lately.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to do that. Stock up on them. But I did find a supplier for CBD and THC oil, which I'm very interested about. She says it's really good. I wanna wait until I get some money and buy a lot of it, just so I can have a stock.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm gonna do it, I want to have a good supply of it. But I've heard it's really good for you, and it's actually better than just regular CBD to have the THC in there, because the THC has, of course, it has like the euphoric part of it, but not so much in the oil. But it does have more healing agency, like it'll set your body more straight than just regular CBD. So I'm really excited to try it. Yeah, Jennifer, just so you know, like sometimes somebody may push a button to block you or put you in timeout or something, and
Accidentally.
it's all a mistake. Yeah, if you didn't do nothing, then no worries, but like on here, you can't, on YouTube, you can't, once you do a timeout or something,
You can't undo it.
it stays. Like you can't reverse it. So it will, you have to wait till the timeout goes away, and then you can chat again. Hi, Liz. How you doing? How's your sales been, girl? I hope everything's been good. It must be cold in this house this morning, because my heater is just not stopped blowing for the last 20-30 minutes.
It's like 42 degrees here.
That's pretty warm.
Mm-hmm. It's not supposed to be cold, I think, until, is it this Sunday or next Sunday? It's supposed to be like 31.
Oh, man.
We were in the 70s, I think, Wednesday. Last
Wow.
Wednesday. Yeah. It's
Well, I'm
crazy.
just surprised we're going to get up to 32. It looks pretty dreary outside. It's got the snow clouds and everything.
We got the sun trying to peek through, but we'll see. Benji, what are you doing?
Oh. Liz says, man, sales have been up and down. It's been weird. Hope everybody's doing well. Everybody's doing all right. We're getting through.
Mm-hmm.
We're still alive, still kicking.
Just not as high for me.
Yeah, I'm going to have to. Yeah, right.
Do like a side kick, because I
Yeah.
can't do
You have to do roundhouse kicks because
Yeah, because I can't bend my knee.
your knee.
Or look, what do they call that? That one dance when you're spinning and your legs, one leg's out. Can't remember the dance step.
Yeah. I just imagined that in my head. That is funny.
Oh. And of course, all the animals got to pile up on me. I got 2 of them right now, so far.
Yeah. Man.
Well, at least they
Yeah,
stopped wrestling.
I really couldn't imagine being laid up like that.
Well,
I like to be able to move when I can, you know?
mhm. My day consists of sitting in a chair and then going to the bathroom. Of course, I'm on my own until my sister gets over here, so I have managed to get up and make a cup of coffee. It took forever because I gotta slide everything.
Right?
Luckily, everything's on that one wall back behind me. Back here, I got the kitchen on this side. My coffee pot's on the other side of that little partition wall. So I just slide everything down all the way down the counter to the end of it, and then I can stop and put it on my little heater right next to me because I can't try to walk on crutches. I gotta stop, slide.
It's so weird when you hurt something or whatever, and then the things that are just so natural to you are so difficult. Even like this week, I had this tooth pulled. I couldn't eat, drink. You know what I mean? Like, or if you, I don't know, if you hurt your hand or something, and all the things you take for granted, you can't do.
Oh, I've learned how to pick things up with my crutches while I balance on one leg. As I dropped a banana peel because I was leaning on my crutches and the bananas are while I was waiting on the coffee. I was like, I can have a banana while I'm standing here. Dropped the banana peel. I was like, son of a bitch. Like, okay, so I'm balancing on one leg like the, look like, what's his name, the Karate Kid. And I'm taking my crutches.
Oh my God.
I'm picking the banana peel up, moving it over to the table, and dropping it on the table. So if anybody looks in this window now, they're going to think, what in the hell is she doing? But you got to, I mean, if you're by yourself, you got to learn to cope. Because Teresa had to go to work. She's like, I have to go to work. But my sister lives right across the street, so if I need anything, all I got to do is call her.
No.
So, and
that's good.
She spent the whole weekend cooking stuff and putting everything on the top shelf of the refrigerator, so I could just kind of reach in and grab it and throw it in the microwave right next to the refrigerator.
That's good.
So
that's
she made all kinds of good stuff for me. They're not talking to you; they're outside. They hear the dogs outside barking. They're like, "Ooh, doggies!"
Bishop Pickett says, "Can we get a wellness check on our elderly friend Tom?" He was in the chat earlier and said that his internet was having problems and he wouldn't have internet until 9 or something. So I don't know if he got it or if it's still down. So he's still there.
Yeah, I think he's feeling okay.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like he's doing all right. So you had problems with your. Did you have problems recovering from you getting your tooth pulled, Maggie, or was it okay? I mean,
it was okay, but I just meant that you just have to be so careful, and you can't drink from a straw. And I rarely drink from a straw, but there were like several times when. You know what I mean? When I had, so it was just weird when something. Although Lori's knee is a big thing, but even if you,
I had mine pulled on. All this happened the day I had my tooth pulled.
Oh Lord.
So.
Wow.
And when she was
so how did yours go?
It went okay. Well, when she was pulling it, because I'm definitely afraid of needles. I'm not ready to come up out of the chair. but she numbed it real good, and then she was in there. I thought she had her finger in there. She was so good about me not seeing that needle that she had put the gel in there, and then she had snuck the needle in my mouth without me even noticing it, because she had numbed it with the gel stuff.
Wow.
And then she was in there shooting the Novocaine all the while. She's like, "Can you feel that?" And I'm going, "Ah." And here I thought she was just poking around with her finger, and it was that needle. She's numbing everything.
That's the worst part, that needle.
Oh, that's good.
The
Yep.
one they
And
put
then
in the
Yeah.
roof of your mouth. Oh.
Oh yeah. I didn't even feel that one or see it.
Well,
I mean, and then she was working the tooth out, and I could hear it cracking and stuff. And all of a sudden, it slipped, and her tool hit the front tooth. I'm thinking, oh my God, did she just chip that tooth? Because the assistant looked at her with real big eyes. I'm thinking, I gotta have my front tooth.
oh no.
So, but there's nothing wrong with it. And then she did
That's
have a couple
good.
stitches in my gum, but other than that,
Oh,
so
yeah.
and I took one ibuprofen, and that was it. No pain.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Well, that's good. That's really good.
So I'm happy with that. So, and then all of a sudden I got.
Good morning, Beth. Yeah.
Do the
Well, I'm glad that you guys got those pulled okay. Mia, ever since I got this one done, it was very traumatic for me. Just the pain and everything that I got from it. I mean, I've had teeth pulled before, but this one was really in there. And he just had such problems getting it out, and it was like it was connected up here into the bone or something.
Oh yeah, sometimes it could be really messy.
Yeah.
I had one a few years back. It was impacted. They had to slice the gum open. That was much worse. But Michael one time got dry socket, which was agonizing. And I always, although I've never had it, I remember how awful it was for him. And I'm just so cautious.
They told me not to drink from a straw, and not smoke or nothing like that, because it could cause dry socket.
Right, that's what.
Like, that's okay.
Drinking. Yeah.
I was like, that's okay. I don't plan on drinking from a straw or smoking. So I said, what about wine?
You know what? and I'm a smoker, and I've always been hesitant of getting dry socket, and I try to wait as long as I can after they pull a tooth to smoke or something, and but within like 3 or 4 hours I'm gonna have a cigarette. But I really try to not really take a big puff or
right.
A big toke off of it, because if you do, I mean, it's very scary, just because I've heard that dry socket is no fun.
Oh no,
I've never had it, and I don't want it.
I was told not to drink from a straw for a week.
Which I don't drink from a straw too often anyway, but
I don't either. But there was like 3.
Did you ever find out about the CPAP?
Oh yeah, I didn't sleep with it the first night, and then when I called again the next day, he said it was okay because my air pressure was low. That if my air pressure was higher, they might have said to give it another night. But no, I would use it the next night. Yeah, apparently dry socket happens because right after you get that tooth pulled, you have that open hole, and a blood clot forms in there, and it protects it. So dry socket happens if you happen to dislodge the clot, which you can do by using a suction, like a straw or puffing on a cigarette. So you just need to be really careful not to disturb that blood clot for a few days until it heals.
Yeah. Drive safe, Beth. Driving to work, I think so.
What I want to know is, how does she type into the chat while driving?
Could be voice.
I don't know. Maybe it's.
Hopefully she doesn't. When she's
voice
in the car, and then
Well, if she hits the voice, she could probably talk in the chat.
Oh, I guess you could do that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this has the feature. I think I used it whenever I was driving somewhere or something, and I was on the show.
Morning, Tommy.
Hey, Tommy.
Oh,
Yeah.
We used to go Hangouts yesterday for a meeting. I had to attend, and it was funny doing the Google Hangouts. It was like nostalgic. That's the way we used to do it. It was so easy.
Who was doing Google Hangout?
A meeting that I had to attend. It's not related to.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a group I belonged to that normally meets, and the meeting was supposed to be in Maryland. So I was like facing a 2-hour drive to Maryland, and somebody suggested, thank God, because they're not very technologically savvy. But a new gal on the team said, why don't we just do a Google Hangout? And they're like, what? And it was awesome because I didn't have to make that 2-hour drive. And everybody was
That's
just
awesome.
Yeah, I'm the secretary of the group. So normally we're at a big long table and I'm taking the minutes, and people are having a conversation at that end, and people are having, and I'm trying to keep. So it was actually easier with Google Hangouts because only one person can talk at a time. So it was easier to keep track of. But it was kind of funny. That's how we used to do it with this. Shame you can't just pop into Google Hangouts anymore. I'm just surprised they never. I'm sure that they would come up with something else different rather than lose all the.
Me too.
Yeah.
I thought for sure too. Especially the way that Google is connected with YouTube. It really surprised me that that they were going to lose all those people that like to do Google Hangouts and wouldn't convert to, wouldn't change over to Stream or something else like that. You know, they didn't want to learn something else. They were just going to quit.
Right.
There was a lot of them. So just really we're just going to quit, and YouTube was going to lose all that money from the AdSense.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, weird. Lori, Liz says your hair has grown so fast. You should have done a time-lapse video. That would have been cool. Take a picture or something every morning and then put it all together.
Yeah, it's getting pretty long. It's getting gray on the sides, though. Let me see that. I have gray on both sides and dark in the middle. I said I'm gonna look like one of them evil doctors or geniuses or whatever. Notice
Is your
all the
sister-in-law hair growing back that fast too? Is it your sister-in-law, right? Was your sister-in-law?
Superhero comics, they always have the evil one with the gray and the dark.
Yeah. You should have got them like shaved aside.
Yeah.
Is your sister-in-law's hair growing back as fast? Was it your sister-in-law?
She still doesn't have any hair yet.
Oh,
So
she
just went through her last round of chemo and got to ring the bell. So
awesome.
So hopefully within the next few months it'll start growing back. So, but
Did she have a tough time? Was she sick?
She's having a rough time with it. It really makes her sick. I mean, it really gets her to the point where she's just, she's just not. I mean, her levels were so low that last time we took her to the hospital, she thought she was living in a treehouse. Top of a tree. I mean, she was delirious. I mean, it was rough on her. So, but we're hoping this knocks it all out and she'll be back to her old self. So
hopefully, yeah, we'll keep praying for her. Sure.
I'll be right back. I got to get a box.
Okay.
She kept asking me if my head hurt, from getting my hair cut, and I said no. I said mine's fine. It was the chemo. It was causing her scalp to hurt and all that. So she said it was so painful. But she's got a nice, pretty wig that she wears, real long, and looks like her natural hair. Only it's not as gray. She picked one to the heavy gray hair in it. So.
Oh Lord, that's so hard.
Yeah.
You would think after all these years they'd come up with something better than chemo.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm sure they probably have all kinds of stuff. They just don't want to release it because then there goes their funding.
Yeah,
You know,
I'm
the
sure that's
pharmaceutical companies that get all that money for research and all that. It's like they've been able to cure cancer in rats. Why can't they do it in humans? So
oh gosh, I'd hate to think that was true,
yeah,
but yeah,
you just never know.
yeah, money.
I think these two finally wore themselves out. They're both asleep.
Oh,
Thank God. Oh nope. He's up and he heard me talking. What have you been up to? What'd you do? Back there pestering the other one? You were, weren't you? Get up here. Come on.
what kind of stuff you sending out this morning, Todd?
Let me look.
And here, I thought you two were done wrestling. Quit.
I was not wrestling with Maggie.
No.
Quit saying.
How about these two heathens?
And
And there they go. Ding, 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 ding.
Star Wars Power of the Force figure collection.
Cool.
Oh,
No, I didn't
I've
buy
had
it.
that
It wasn't me.
I've had that for 30 years on eBay, and I just kept lowering the price and lowering the price. Finally, it sold. Let's see. United States government issue Mall 2 3 backpack ACU digital camo, a waist pack. Okay. Robot coupe 1.5 millimeter greater plate that goes on a big, what do you call those big meat grinders in like a commercial place? Anyway, I sold a Havoc denim and ginger lapel jacket, which I'm having trouble finding. It's somewhere in my
oh
death note.
Lord.
I sold a Lands and cotton that long sleeve. I sold a Mizrak
Long sleeve what?
Recreation geometric wrap grip pull cue.
How do you ship a pool cue? Oh, not a pool.
Just in a
No, I was thinking you meant like. I think it's just you meant a pool.
they're over there laying against the door.
Oh, I see.
Tubes from
They're long USPS boxes.
Oh, okay.
yeah. Actually, those say medium. I don't know why. They're long. They're 36 inches. Sold 2 pull
You know what? I've
cues.
really been using a lot.
Yeah, I go through a lot of those.
Yeah.
Those are perfect
Yeah.
for Funko Pops. They fit in there perfectly.
Let's
Well, the
see.
standard size ones, not the big ones.
Yeah, especially if it's like,
Sold 2.
you know, first class or something.
I ship a lot of my audiobooks in there too. And those.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I haven't sold anything
Still showing.
just to,
Well,
even
Well,
though I have
sometimes it's all about the little. Sometimes it's all about the little, Todd.
Yep. Eminem Mars,
That's
10
what gets
years in the heart of Texas medallion.
Oh.
In case I
It's in Luke.
sold a
That is-
vintage clock. nothing monstrous to report.
Nothing major. Well, it all adds up.
Yep.
Yeah. There's a good amount of sales, just most expensive, maybe $30.
Yeah, I think the most expensive thing I sold was just $30. Just got a book.
Well, the backpack was 35, so plus shipping on top.
Well, that's why we have a lot of little stuff and a lot of big stuff. And so we can have a little bit of each, and and so people have a big range to go from.
I still have yet to
Boy, my
list that.
fancy gold necklace, I've lowered my price to $13.95, and I don't even have any watchers on it, so I'm like,
Do you ever run sales or do you just reprice stuff?
I pretty much just reprice stuff.
And how long do you wait before you, like, you haven't had that necklace up that long, so how often do you wait before you drop the price? Like, you don't wait 30 days.
Oh, there's no rhyme or reason.
Do you buy?
I see something in my inventory that hadn't sold in a while. I'll go in and change this.
When you sell something of that value, do you buy extra insurance on it and ask for signature confirmation and all that jazz?
I do. I put that in the description.
Yeah, and I'm going to do that with that crystal car I've got. It's actually not a vet; it's a Jaguar. So I got to looking at it.
Yeah,
Brother-in-law got to looking at it.
I always do.
So it's worth.
I always do that.
Amount. Insurance and signature. I mean, I've only sold the highest amount I've sold something for was that gold necklace. So this will be the highest dollar amount I've listed something ever. so far. And
Yeah.
I want it to go smoothly, and so that thing's heavy. It weighs every bit 20 pounds. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I threw a 16-pound ball, and that thing was heavier than that.
The last thing I shipped was over my 500 or over my $100 limit, for getting insurance, with the USPS, was, I think, the fan, and no problems with that. So, but I mean, it's good to have just in case. And I put like, if it costs 500 with the shipping, I put 500.
Well, this thing's worth 2,000. So
yeah. Yep, I would definitely do the insurance.
Which I haven't got. My daughter don't know it, but she's gonna be over there taking pictures of it for me, so I can get it listed.
Hank says that all her salt and pepper shakers go really good in these boxes.
Yeah. That's probably one of my favorite boxes.
And Mary says, I'm telling y'all, those Scotty stuffer boxes save me a lot of money.
Yeah, I don't know what she means. I'm gonna have to look that up. Scotty stuffer boxes.
I usually get the 8x6x4s and the 6x4x4s. I think the small.
Good morning, Rita.
Because if you can get, because I do a lot of the regular standard size coffee mugs, and even after wrapping them, because I put a pool noodle on the handle, and then I wrap them in bubble mail or bubble wrap, and then I put them down in the 6x6x4. close it up, and then put it in a bubble mailer. And I've been shipping
Yeah.
it that way for so long. That size is perfect.
Right.
I see, Mary. So it's a box that you can stuff inside a padded flat rate.
Mhm. Yeah, that's
A
what I
fatted
do with
flat
those 6
rate.
by 4s. I can put them inside the padded
One of those
flat rate.
envelopes.
You can put them inside the
Oh, that's cool.
both eBay
Let's
and the
kill the fatted calf and
USPS.
have a party. Sorry. Welcome to the bubble. Those look just like 9 by 6 by 3s. But they're bigger than 9 by 6.
963.
Yeah, I always just get 963 for padded flat rate, man.
Yeah.
I don't know what's
Has
I
anybody
don't know
seen?
what's cheaper, Scotty Stuffers or the 9 by 6 by 3s.
Has anybody seen good deals on bubble wrap? That last one I
Not
got off
lately.
Amazon, I got that 700 feet for like $20. It was 4
The only
rolls.
thing I
Is that the one? Is that
Do
the
what,
one
Todd?
that garage
the only thing I
clips
think
had on?
Yeah,
Uh,
but I don't
I
think
the only
they're.
thing I could say is maybe Lowe's or Home Depot.
Yeah,
Right now they're having some clearance, so or I know that they were. I didn't go to see it, so I'm not sure, but they might have. I know they had a lot of cleaning stuff
I
that I was
missed
seeing
out on the.
online.
If you still got dress barns in your area, if they're still closing in your area, I know somebody posted. I think it was from RVA Flips. They went and bought all their packing stuff. They had all those poly bags and clear bags and stuff because Dress Barn ships from their stores. So they have a lot of stuff like that. So and I just missed it. I didn't even realize the daggone thing was over there because I don't shop there in that plaza.
Yeah.
I knew it was there, but it didn't dawn on me that it was there because I don't shop there. And we went over there to
Right.
PetSmart, and I seen where they had removed the letters from Dress Bar. I was like, oh crap! I totally forgot that was over here. So
Oh.
I mean, I seen where he said that Dress Barns were closing, and if you have one in your area, go check it out because he got a bunch. I can't remember who it was. They got a bunch of that stuff for like $50. All the poly bags, similar to what we use to get from eBay, you know. So tissue paper, poly bag, clear bags, and stuff like that. Everything I would need or use, I could have gotten from there and totally forgot. Didn't even realize it.
Yeah.
It's like, duh. So. What are you doing, weirdo? These
I'm just sitting here right now.
talking
Talking to me.
about Fuzzy Butt over here. He's like hanging half off the arm of the chair, staring at the floor.
A fuzzy butt. I mean, not me, but my dog.
How do you know?
Oh my gosh. That's what we call Fuzzy, is Fuzzy Butt. Fuzzy Butt or Fat Daddy?
Bambi is usually Bambi or Mouth because she's always like, hush it, Mouth.
Shut it, Mom's not telling all my secrets.
Oh, and they're all asleep now for probably the next 10 minutes, and they're going to look at each other. Probably, it literally is like WWE puppy version around here. And then they play tug of war all the time. She's got a favorite toy, and he has a favorite toy. and he'll go
Oh, of
steal her
course.
toy. So she goes and gets his toy, and then so he'll drop hers, and then they play tug of war with whichever one has not been dropped.
Oh my gosh.
It's all day long.
I swear that's part of like the great thing about having dogs is just for the pure entertainment of them.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
I can sit here and watch them for an hour and be entertained.
Yep.
They sit there and they roll. They chase each other. Until they see the cat and they're both looking at each other like, "Oh, cat!" Meow. It's like, good Lord.
Well, I get to go to the chiropractor today.
Oh,
yay.
hey.
Yeah, I found one that takes my insurance, so hopefully they can figure out what's going on with my back / shoulder now, because it's in my shoulder now.
Oh, Lord.
And yeah, I mean, I'm still doing stuff. I have not even babied this thing. This whole thing. I'm still doing what I need to do, to get things done and just deal with the pain,
Mhm.
But
That's me. I'm
it
tempted
freaking
to.
hurts.
I'm very tempted to try to go next door because it's driving me crazy. Because I just had all my shipping boxes delivered, so they're all out here in my front room in the way. And they need to be over there and put away. So all that's driving me crazy. Teresa's like, "Don't you even think about going over there?" Because don't even try to go
Well,
down the
if
steps
you
by
got
yourself. It's like,
if you got a mama that will keep you from it, you better not. You might get a spanking.
yeah.
I hope this is you, Nikki. I didn't see your picture.
Yeah, it's Nikki.
Don't show us no dick.
It's me. I don't have a dick to show.
The inflatable one.
Thank God for that. Thank God for
I'm
that.
sorry. I was over watching somebody else's show, not reselling. And I didn't realize that it was already 10 after 9. I thought it was like 7 o'clock.
Oh,
I'm
Lord.
like way off.
Well, what
Sorry.
do I got to do? Get you watch for late Christmas gift or what?
I guess. Jesus. I don't know what I was thinking. Apparently, I thought I got up earlier than I did. I mean, that was like 2 hours ago at 7 o'clock.
Yeah. Well, when I was talking to you, it was close to 9 already.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm over in the
That's
chat.
okay. I forget.
I'm over in the
I forgive
chat
you.
in somebody else's channel, not reselling, and I was like, oh crap, I'm supposed to be on somebody else's show. Bye all.
Oh.
Like I better get Maggie on in case somebody sees me in this channel and saying, why ain't she at the morning show?
Oh, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Really, dude? Really?
So Rita had a Poshmark case, and I guess the lady lost because the fitting isn't a reason to return. They don't play that. They don't play that whole game at Poshmark.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. I mean, I'm kind of surprised because she didn't have measurements, but at the same time, still Poshmark. I've heard that Poshmark will not return just because of fit.
No, they don't let you return for fit. We say it right in their rule that if it doesn't fit, they suggest you just repost it.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you won though.
I'm glad that you won that.
I've had 3 returns for fit on eBay in the past week. Ugh. But one was supposed to be back by today and has not. So
well, it is returnary.
Oh yeah, it is what it is.
You know,
Yeah.
January's notorious for returns.
I think mine was last part of December. I think I got 3 returns.
Yeah,
You know, they always come in threes.
Yeah.
yeah.
I always have to do that. Yeah, it was like $150 altogether. It was
I finally got Posh
crazy.
Ambassador.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, good job. Yeah,
I've been
I
on
saw that.
Poshmark since
Congratulations.
2017.
Well, you know
But I
what? It
wasn't
might have
really-
taken you
I mean,
a while, but
after I
least
found
you
out
got
that
it.
being an ambassador doesn't really do anything for you, I really stopped trying. And so I really wasn't paying attention to it. Well, then Tom was asking Poshmark questions. And I went and I looked. And I think he said something about being an ambassador or whatever, or wanting to be. And I went and looked at mine, and I was like 12 new people shares away from being an ambassador. So I was like, well,
I got a half one.
that's all.
That's why I'm
If
trying to
that's
get
all
shut
that's holding me up,
out so I
go do it.
I could have it on.
Oh,
$8 in mine.
Okay.
my fucking phone died. What the hell?
I'm trying to get my stuff shut. I can figure out, but I got like a half one over there. Sorry, I thought I was on mute, guys. So yeah, just tell me to shut up if you hear me just yelling.
Think about
Hi, Carol.
Think about
Would you hush?
no.
Oh, okay. So, so yeah, it was a case where it didn't fit. That's a good thing about Poshmark is because you, and that's why I stopped kind of putting measurements in the ones that were like, you know, my stuff that is from Dollar General that's like new with tags. I've not been putting measurements in there because I feel like if they are buying a certain brand, then they know how it fits usually, especially if it's, you know, new with tags. So, and I think that, can you guys hear me okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if it's new with tags, then they, you know, like the Bobby Brooks brand, then they usually know how that fits, and that's why they want that item. You know, that's why they want that brand.
Right. Right.
And if they know how it fits and everything, and I think that a lot of the times measurements could be helpful, especially if it's like not new. That it could be. I've had a pair of pants that was had the bottoms trimmed up. What do you call it? It was this not the end. Yeah, the inseam was hemmed up, the bottom. And so I think in that case, you know, measurements can be really good, you know, and you have to do, you know, you have to put measurements in something like that. But something that's new to tags, you know, they pretty much know how it's going to fit. There really isn't really a need for measurements. There you go, Nikki.
My
Really?
phone died. Sorry.
Uh-oh. Man, having
You
all
have
kinds
to
of
jump
problems
up
today,
on
aren't
that
you?
side. Come over here. Jumped up right up on my knee. You're such a butthead.
Oh my
Lay
gosh.
down.
Yeah, the last thing I said was something about Oh, the new shares, the new people shares or whatever was the one thing that I had to do. And so I figured, well, if that's the only thing holding me back, I might as well do it. So I did all my shares and
Heck yeah. And did you see the flood of followers that you get?
yeah, Jesus God. I had yesterday,
Yeah.
well, I deleted
It's a lot.
well, just in like 3 hours, I think it was 2 or 3 hours, I had 78 followers.
Yeah,
And
and
just a
it's
couple
a good
2 or
thing
3
to go
hours.
in there, and it's a good thing for you to follow new people too. Even though you're already an ambassador and stuff, it's a good thing to go in there and follow all the because most of them are, well, I can't say most of them. Some of them are going to be just for sales, just for people buying.
Yeah.
They're not all people that are selling. You
Yeah.
want the people that are buying. So so it's good to go in there and get new people, because that could be more sales.
Yeah, I got a couple boxes of jewelry I need to go through. I think I'm gonna go through it and maybe put some of that up on Poshmark.
That would be good.
See how it goes.
Jewelry does sell over there.
Yeah.
Jewelry sells on eBay, so.
Yeah, I've never really had much luck with jewelry on eBay. I've had luck with Etsy. I've had luck with Poshmark, but I haven't had luck with eBay very much, honestly.
Yeah. I'd say try it. Can't hurt to try. Oh, hi there, Kathy, Sharky Mundels. How you doing this morning? Hope everything's good.
Does anybody else read Facebook Marketplace like the newspaper?
Yes.
Every morning I spend probably most of my morning going through and looking at Facebook Marketplace to buy stuff.
Oh, yeah, I do that too.
And there's somebody 10 minutes from here has got a crap ton of vintage toys for $100, and I can't go get it. Crap! And there's
Oh
packages.
no.
They're still in the packages. They said it's just something that they don't need them anymore. I'm like, damn it! Why couldn't this have been yesterday?
Mary. That sucks.
Oh, well.
Mary, I think you can sell makeup on Posh. I think you can.
That's considered an accessory almost, isn't it? I mean, I don't wear a lot of makeup, but
I think so. Hank, if you are listening, answer that for us, please. I'm pretty sure you can. Just not perfume. I don't think you can do perfume.
speaking of makeup, my daughter, she's
But
on
people do it.
She's on that TikTok or whatever. She had
Okay.
300 some followers. Well, anyway, she did
Ooh.
they call it a duet. It's not singing. It's just like responding to somebody else's video with your own video. And she did a duet of a makeup tutorial. And she did a couple other makeup tutorials. It went from 300 and some followers to almost 3,000 in less than a week.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's how much people watch makeup tutorials. And she's got that bubbly personality anyway, so and people are just loving it. I said, I keep telling you, you got the face for video, and
Oh,
the
get on YouTube and do it and make some
personality.
money.
Yeah, I told she follows that graveyard girl and just loves her to death. And I said, well, there
Yeah.
you go. I said, there's somebody that you get on, get in good with her. Her followers will start following you on YouTube. So, but so I told her, I said, you got the personality for it.
Yeah.
Oh, and she's funny, so
Right. Yeah, you can sell makeup on Posh. Isn't it perfume that you're not supposed to sell, Hank? I'm trying to think. But I bought like body spray and stuff from there.
Oh, gosh.
This one, I'm trying to see if region A.
Oh my God.
Sorry guys, I'm trying to get this package going.
Really? I would think perfume you'd be able to sell on there.
I know, but I think it's because of the shipping. I think maybe there's a shipping stipulation or something there. Yeah, we'll do that. But
Oh.
Okay, Hank put a link in the chat that was last updated in there.
Right.
But usually it's there's a lot of stuff you could sell over there. Now they have that home thing. I listed a lamp over there, and there will be a little thing that pops up that says if it's breakable or an electric item that doesn't work once it's shipped or whatever, it's going to be on you. Or something that breaks, it's going to be on you.
Yeah.
So you have to, keep that in mind. So you don't really want to put a whole lot of like breakables and mugs and stuff like that if you're not willing to take the risk, But other things like pillows and blankets and all the home stuff, that's good to go. Curtains, sheets.
I need to
Hi,
get back
Julie.
into Posh. I've got stuff on there, but it's on a few things. I just so consumed with eBay right now that I really don't have too much time for anything else.
Yeah.
And then I got another load of stuff coming from my friend that gave me that crystal car. It's old vintage McDonald's stuff, and it's all stuff from that's still in the boxes, like the old placemats and
Right.
the Happy Meal boxes that's never been used. So that stuff sells. So
Wow.
I'll be busy putting that stuff up.
Oh yeah.
Got cases of it. So I was supposed to go get that today. And she has, I don't know if you've ever seen them, but they're the old helium balloon toppers. But it's the Ronald McDonald, and it's huge. It's probably about 18 inches tall, probably about a foot wide. And she's got that. So I'll probably get that.
Wow.
She did have some old uniforms and stuff, but she's not sure if she still has them. I thought, oh my, because I know that from the 70s, those sell really well.
Oh yeah, those will sell.
Right.
She gives me all this stuff. She's like, I have no use for it anymore. So
Yeah. I don't know what this is doing.
Is she just giving you the stuff, or are you selling it for her, or what?
no, she gives it to me for me to sell to make money for myself.
Nice.
Yeah. So
That's awesome.
she's kind of like the grandma I never had because my grandparents were all gone when I was born, and she's probably pushing in her 80s. So and she used to work with Teresa at the nursing home, so we got kind of close. And she's always always giving me stuff. So, and then she finally gave up that crystal
That's great.
car. After all these years, she's like, "Take, here you go." You know, I was like, "Really?" The one time I didn't ask if I was getting that, she gave it to me.
Are you gonna keep that or are you gonna sell it?
I think I'm going to sell it. Well, I'll just see. I think the longer it sits there, the longer I like it.
Yeah.
It's just that I've known it's got value ever since I first saw it on her bookshelf. So,
Yeah.
and she kept it because it was her husband. So she really had, it was just a little something that he had bought back in '87. So, and then she finally said, here, she said, I can't take it with me when I go. So, but I said, well, you dying or something? She's like, no, I'm just, downsizing. So, as she lost her daughter last year, her daughter had some serious mental issues and shot herself. So, and her daughter was my age, so she's still mourning over that. She said, I can't take none of this with me. I don't know why I'm holding on to it. She said, so I'm going to give it to somebody I know who's going to use it and put it to good use and find good homes with other people. So, said, yeah, there's a lot of collectors out there. So, but she's a good person. So I said, Lonnie has his guy. I got my gal.
Right now.
Do what?
I just wanted to say hi everybody in the chat. I can't watch the chat right now. My phone is screwing up.
Oh yeah, I don't have the chat on mine either. I imagine I can turn it on somewhere on this, but I don't know where.
When they get to a certain age, some people, like my dad, he's had a run on a lot of people his age dying right now.
Mm-hmm.
And my nephew's grandpa just died, which is a really good friend of his also. And he was fine, then all of a sudden he got a blood clot went to his brain, and he had a stroke. They got him into surgery. They said he was going to be fine, and then all of a sudden his brain started swelling again. And so anyway, he ended up passing away. And so now my dad, he's like, you could be here one day and gone the next. He's just really, in that mindset right now. I'm thinking about that,
And I think that's where Linda's at right now. I think she's in that same mindset.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why she's, getting rid of stuff.
Yeah, it brings us to that we're all just one day away from death.
Yeah.
He just kind of brought that up. He's thinking about that.
My dad got, after my mom passed, it probably took a few years, but there towards the end of his life, he started giving everything away. Everything that, that he had, he'd send people home with stuff. It's like, I can't take it with me, so it's like they know that sooner or later, their number's coming up soon or something. So they start giving stuff away.
3.
Her dog's barking.
Not mine. Mine are asleep.
Mine are being barky now.
Let me show you. Look at these two
Probably because
lazy
Brandon's
butts
in here.
These two lazy butts.
Oh my gosh.
The other night I had a dream about my brother coming back.
So cute.
Oh, really?
Wore out.
Yeah, I had a dream that my brother came back, and it was a good dream, and then the dogs woke me up to go potty. I literally was crying when I woke up, and my husband heard me. He's like, "What is wrong with you?" And I said, "I was having a really good dream, and I just was bawling my eyes out. I was like, these stupid dogs had to wake me up.
Oh,
yeah.
Did you see somebody posted an article on Facebook about if you're woke up at around 3 o'clock in the morning a lot, it's a somebody trying to get a message to you. I said, well, somebody's been screaming at me because every morning I get woke up at 3 o'clock every single morning. It's between 3 o'clock and 3:15 every morning,
Oh, that's
every
weird.
single morning.
That's the witching hour.
Yeah, well, I know that part. I'm thinking, and now my mom passed around that time too, so it could possibly be her. I don't
Oh,
know,
really?
but every morning I'm like, okay, Mom, come on, just write it on the mirror or something in the bathroom. I've got a marker board in my office. Put it on there. Now my dad, I think he tries to send me messages through my calculator because every day my calculator has all these weird images and it's not numbers. It looks like letters. Like some of the numbers are backwards. When you was kids, you could type in hello and all that on calculator.
Yeah.
I think he's
Yeah.
trying to do something like that because it's. And I've taken pictures and showed Teresa. I said, "You're gonna think I'm nuts, but it's one of these two is trying to say something to me through this calculator." I said, it has to be Dad because he had a hard enough time working a remote. So, but yeah, every morning, every single morning. And of course, then when you're awake, it's like, oh man, now I gotta pee. So it's
I
like,
know.
stop doing that. For as long
Well,
as for the last few years, it's been like it every morning at 3:00. I'm awake. So not happily either.
yeah.
And of course, when I'm awake, the dog thinks it's time to get up and play. So they start wrestling. It's like, we ain't having that.
Right.
Another missing kid. Wow.
There has been a lot of
A
them
lot.
lately.
They say if you see a van, I seen it this morning. Somebody posted it locally. If you see any white vans where the handles have been removed and have like padlocks on the back and windowless,
Oh,
to call the police immediately because that's
wow.
the trafficking. They're using them for trafficking children and human trafficking basically.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I think I mean, I hate to say it, but I think that they really do need to give classes to kids on self-defense
Mm-hmm. I
and
agree.
little little tips on how to remove zip ties.
Uh-huh.
Like, there are certain ways that you can remove zip ties and stuff, and kids have been known to do it. I seen this guy. He was working with his daughter, and he taught her how to remove zip ties and how to defend herself if she ever gets picked up. I think they should teach this in school. It's sad to say, but with what's been going on with human trafficking and stuff, you never know when you're going to need something like that.
Did you know that Minnesota is one of the biggest states for human trafficking?
Wow, really?
Yeah.
And
Yep.
last year, Michigan was they did a sting in Michigan where they found so many kids and
I
women
remember that. That
and
wasn't that long ago. That was just 2
yeah,
months back. That was what? Back around wasn't around Halloween, around October, wasn't it?
I think
September,
so.
October, something like that. I remember that.
Yeah.
I watch everything when I'm out. I watch other people. I watch, especially men. I watch them if they're watching kids, and that they're not with those children, or if they're watching especially if I'm with my daughter, and I see somebody doing that. And it's not just because she's pretty. There's you can usually tell when they think she's pretty or something like that. It's just a glance. But when they're ogling, I will say something. I'll say, unless she's got something growing out of the side of her head, you don't need to be looking at her like that, And I will go out and say something. I don't care if they're young, old. I don't care. When it comes to my kid.
Mike said we all need to stay friends with Todd another 20 years and he will be giving it all away gold. Don't let him miss that.
You get a gold coin. You get a gold coin. Todd
You'd
turns
be
into
like
Oprah.
Oprah.
Pinch, poke, you owe me a Coke.
Christian Pickens says, "Well, dang, y'all just made my work van a creeper van."
Yeah.
No, you need to paint that on the side. I am not a creeper.
Now,
I know my.
fishing and
You guys know
picking,
my.
there's not
Go ahead.
and the thing of toilet because my boys are gonna bleed me dry. And dental bills and
With Todd,
and I missed a
Yeah.
car payment.
with Todd,
Oh my
instead of
God.
bend it like Beckham, it's bury it like Binion.
Yeah.
Buried all that silver.
Real
Hank
telling where
says,
big it.
Hank says, I'm going to need the great state of Texas to immediately divert all bandwidth to Silverhair.
Yeah, these boys are getting expensive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dad, I need to make a
Just now,
deposit for da da da, and I'm like, "You killing me, kid."
Tell him, bring all your crap that you don't need, and I'll show you how to sell it on eBay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like AJ used to do that. We had a big mirror up in our living room here before we took it down, and he come in and says, "Mom, I need money for this," or "I'll need money for that." Well, I walked up and I was looking in the mirror. He says, "What are you looking for?" I said, "I'm looking to see if my forehead says ATM." I
Yeah.
can't see
Yeah.
anywhere.
Oh my god.
He's like, "Mom," I said, "Where's all your money going?" He was terrible with money when he was younger. He's better now, but back then it was like he'd get a paycheck, and by the time he got home, he's broke. What the hell?
I used to be horrible also, and I'm not way better, but I'm not like how I used to be either.
Oh hell, it's expensive just to live. I don't hardly do anything, and I'm broke.
Yeah.
Well, except for what I have in my eBay business, but I only use that if I have to.
Well, the problem with kids these days is they can't drive a beater. They can't live in a starter home. You know, they have to have the best of the best right out of the gate. It seems like. Because I don't see a lot of these younger kids driving beaters like I used to.
Right. Oh, my
I mean,
kids
I
all
used to
start
drive
out with
cars
beaters.
that I used to drive when we first started out, and I worked at the casino minimum wage. I used to drive this car. I always had to have a buddy walk out to my car with me so they could hold the key while I pounded on the starter. I mean, you know, while I crawled underneath and pounded onto the starter, you know. I mean, you know, but the kids these days, they don't have cars like that anymore. They don't, you know, they get nice cars right out of the gate, it seems like.
No, mine all started out with beaters.
Yeah.
Both my kids, my daughter lives up the street in a mobile home, and my son lives down in Kentucky in a mobile home, but he lives on a horse farm, but still. But they're happy. That's they're happy with what they have. They work hard for what they do have. So I've taught them well, I think. Be happy with what you have and don't worry about what you don't have.
Yeah.
So as long as you have your health and your happiness and a roof over your head and the lights on and food in the refrigerator, that's good.
I have my one nephew. He has all nice, brand new stuff, just beautiful stuff. Beautiful home, beautiful camper, beautiful cars. But let me tell you, they're so credited to the hilt. If any
Yep.
one of them had any problems, like we're off of work for, well, he was in the hospital for 7 days with that goofy thing and we didn't know what was wrong with him. And they were getting worried. Now, if that turned into something really bad where, it ended up he had to have a liver transplant or something and he couldn't work for quite some time, they'd have been
Yep.
screwed, As
Yep.
soon as they get a raise, they buy something else. It's like, why don't you save that raise? Put that money into the bank or whatever. Nope, they gotta buy something else. Spend
I
that
know
raise.
as soon as I turned 21, I bought into our profit sharing, and I got a 401k plan. So I had both of those going on.
I told my kids,
So
I
by
said,
the time
save
I
when
was able to, after my back surgery and stuff, and I wasn't able to go back to my job, I just took early retirement, and I had plenty of money to do what I needed to do because I did all that. And that's why I try to tell my kids, buy into that company stock.
Yeah.
Get you a 401k. Keep that money back. I said because Social Security might not be around by the time they retire.
Yeah.
You never know.
Well, that's like, I told my kids, I said, save now as much as you can. I said, because as you get older, it's harder to save, and as you get a family and stuff like that, it's harder to save. I said, so save everything you can now.
Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah.
Yes. How much?
I can't hear
I
you
want to
guys.
ask Julie a question. You can't hear us?
What in the world?
We can hear you.
Yep, we can hear you, Lori. I want to
I can
ask
see
Julie a
everybody,
question.
but I
How
can't
much?
hear anybody.
I think she has a
I'm gonna have to go out and come back
2-bedroom.
in.
Okay. Okay.
All right, absolutely.
Okay. I think she lives in a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, if I'm not mistaken. And it's like it's either a house or like maybe like what is it called? A duplex or something like that.
Okay, like a townhome.
Kind of. I think. Don't quote me on that, but
There we go.
I think Valerie was telling me how much she paid for rent, and I was like dumbfounded.
Oh. Well, Summer Kids deals and more. He's always talking about how, we're sitting there saying, our rent is this or our mortgage is this. And she's like, oh my God, that must be nice.
Yeah. I live in a 3-bedroom, 1-bath trailer with a garage and a yard. It's a fenced-in yard, and I pay $500 a month.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
That's a good price.
I pay.
Yes.
Well, with my utilities, it'd be about that. But with just the rent alone the lot rent alone is $360. So.
Huh.
Right. I don't have lot rent. I just have the regular rent. We're not in a. We're just in a residential area. We're not in a actual.
Yeah, we're in a
trailer park or
we're in a
whatever you want to call
community.
it.
There's over 400 here. If all the lots were filled, there'd be over 400. But we're way out in the country too, so I mean, we're not your standard. It's a little village. It used to have a commissary, a laundromat, and all that. So.
Huh.
Yeah.
Carol, I pay $1,400 a month for a 1-bedroom apartment.
Wow.
Woo.
Oofda.
And that's in New Jersey?
No, it's Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. That's in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
How much were you paying in New Jersey?
Well, we own the house in New Jersey, so we have a mortgage down there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
But this is rent.
My mortgage is $1,200 a month. But I'm going to own that,
Right.
But we set our mortgage that high, so we pay it off faster.
Mm-hmm.
Right. In a shorter period
Right.
of time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
I agree. Turkey Mom Dills, they need to teach a lot of those living skills in schools.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, they do.
They don't teach home ec or nothing like
Because
that anymore.
a lot of kids don't get it.
I mean, they don't
No.
even know how to write a check nowadays because they're just so used to being handed money or somebody's credit card. Swipe, that's all they know how to do.
Well, nobody uses checks anymore.
Yeah, but it's still a skill they should learn, and
Yeah.
you just never know. And cooking, they don't do any of the home ec cooking or sewing, nothing like that anymore. They got rid of all those classes around here.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my goodness. I mean, I don't like to sew, but I know how to.
Yeah.
Because me and sewing machines just don't get along, but crazy.
Wow. Fishing and Pickens says he bought his first house in 1999 while he was in college for $45,000. Rented rooms to schoolmates. That same house now is worth $378,000.
Jeez.
Wow.
I sold it. I sold it in 2008 for $229,000. Awesome.
That was a good investment.
That was a good.
Yeah, it was great investment.
Yeah, it was. Sharky or Rita says before I got my house, I rented a 2-bedroom for $1,500. Now I pay $1,400 for my mortgage. Wow.
Isn't she in New York or something?
No, she's in California.
That's right. Yeah, she's in California.
Mike says we all need to move in with Carol.
Yeah, it's expensive.
I figure if the owner ends up giving me this one next door free and clear, I mean, he's letting me have it now for my business. But if he just says, do with it what you want, I'm going to build on to this one and attach the two. Have a big house.
Yeah.
Will he let you do that, you think?
What's that?
Will he let you do that, you think?
Probably. They call me the park pet. I get away with everything. That's only because I've known him since I was in diapers. So, I mean, that's how long my mom and dad were here in 1968. So, I was born a year later. And so, his dad used to own the property. And now he's the owner. So, I've known him my entire life, literally. So, I'm pretty much, he lets me do a lot. Because I help take care of things and keep an eye out on things, too.
Yeah.
Help get rid of the riffraff that straggles in here and tries to squat and all that. So,
yeah,
because I don't play that game.
That's a good answer, Maggie.
What's that?
she says 0. I went to
Mike
Catholic
asked
school.
why
0 times 8 is $20 on the collection plate.
It's just weird the way the cost of living or the cost of housing is so different.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Places,
especially depending on the area you live in. It's just it's crazy. Now, if I was to live in Cincinnati, I'd probably be right up there at $1,200 a month or something for an apartment.
Yeah.
But I live way out in the boondocks. Yeah. I'm happy with where I'm at because I couldn't afford. I mean, I could, but I don't want to have to pay that.
I know that 10 years ago in California, the place that I live in right now, 10 years ago, I would probably pay $900 for this.
Mm-hmm.
So in California.
Oh yeah.
So like that. So if I was in California now, this would probably be about 1,500.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
12 to 15.
huh.
It's crazy.
So it really depends on where you're at.
Yeah.
Heck, back when I was in graduating high school, my plan was to go to the police academy and go to New York and all that. And my friend and I were going to rent a loft apartment. And just a loft apartment
Mhm.
back then in the 80s was $1,500. Can you imagine what that's going to be like nowadays? They're probably like
Oh, Lord.
$3,000 a
Yeah.
month, every bit.
Mhm.
It's crazy.
That's those people that pay hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars to buy an apartment. And I'm like, why in the hell would you buy an apartment?
Mm-hmm. Or a brownstone or something like that.
Well, no, just the apartments. I'm like, why would
Yeah.
you buy an apartment in somebody else's building? You never truly own it.
It's crazy.
It makes no sense to me. I
I
understand
think if I
buying
was
a
to
house.
buy anything, I would either buy a hotel or a storage unit facility,
Yeah.
something, or a pay lake, not a peg leg, but a pay lake, because I see the money that filters in and out of those every summer because I'm always at one.
Yeah.
So I would buy something invest in something that, because there's the one storage facility right over here in Lebanon. It's about 5 minutes from here. It has the ultimate setup. It has a 2-story home right in the center and the storage facility around it. So whoever manages that lives in that 2-story home.
Nice.
So free and clear. All they have to do is manage the property. I said, that's what I think I want to do.
Yeah.
I said, if anything ever happened, because, a lot of the property around us is owned by the Cincinnati Zoo, a lot, because it's all farmland. So if they ever decide that they want this area for natural habitat or anything like that, and he sells out, that would be something I would probably look into, is getting a storage facility. I said, not just for, the fact that it's a storage facility, but for the fact that I can still run my business out of it and have somewhere to put everything.
Yeah.
Because if I
Right.
have to go to an apartment right now,
That makes sense.
it'd be crazy. So, but that's the kind of stuff I think about.
Yeah.
My kids think I'm weird, but hey, I still want to run my business, even if something was to happen where we had to leave here. So I would look into owning or buying, investing in a storage facility. And then you think about another thing. You think about all the ones that don't pay. The owners of the property get to keep that stuff if they want to. If they don't want to auction it off. So I'd be like, ooh, free inventory.
Yeah.
Free garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of it is garbage, but there's some good sellable stuff out there. I found a few good things here and there. What are you doing?
Hank says to live in the storage unit. Do
No.
what now?
No, not to live in a storage unit. To live in the house that's on the property. That's how I would do it. I would buy a storage facility and have a house built on the property. And then, since I own the facility, all that money coming in would go to pay for my home and my property tax and all my utilities.
I wanted to build a storage unit on our property, but my husband said absolutely not. I don't want all those people on our property. But I just thought it would be a good way that would just pay the mortgage every month.
yeah.
And
It would. That's what I'm thinking.
Oh my gosh. That is. Let's see if I can find my camera.
What is that?
This is Emmy. This is Julie's new baby.
Oh,
Come on,
so
camera.
cool.
Let's
so
focus. Look at that.
Aw.
She's laughing.
She's so cute.
Oh, God, she's so cute.
Turned 2 months.
Oh, she's so precious.
She's
Yeah,
11
Rita,
pounds, 4 ounces.
oh, Rita
Are they
says
gonna call her Emmy?
Emmy, yeah, Emmy is her nickname.
Cute.
Just adorable.
Yeah, she's a doll.
Hank says, see, I missed that part. It's Kathy says I'd spend my rent to pay for my own storage.
That's true.
Oh wow. Rita says storage here is ridiculous. It's 112 for a small walk-in, so I can't get one.
Wow. See here, I
Wow.
paid when AJ and I went in together on one about 2 years ago before I got all this. It was $54 a month for a 5x10.
Oh Lord.
Which
Yeah.
was perfect for what we needed. It
Yeah.
wasn't very big, but then when you go up, of course, it gets a little more expensive. I think a 10x30 is like $100. So
I have a 10 by.
I did
I have a 10 by. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say I had a 5x10 and it was $30.
Yeah.
I have a 10 by
rent
10
a
by
month.
20. That's $65.
Mm-mm.
And my 5x10s
that's really good.
are only like 40, I think.
Yeah.
That's why everybody thinks I just spend an exorbitant amount on storage sheds, but storage sheds are very cheap here.
Now, I once went to this woman's house. She had a lot of books she wanted to get rid of, and I was invited to go over and look at them and see if there was anything I wanted to buy from her. And I went. If she was in an apartment building, and she had tons of books piled everywhere. So I looked through and I made my own piles and stuff. And then when I was finished, she said, "Do you want to see the rest?" And I'm like, "The rest?" She had an apartment full across the hall. So she rented another apartment.
Oh my
God.
In the building.
Oh
just
my God.
Just
wow.
Shelves and shelves and shelves of books.
So she rented an apartment to have her own personal library.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow. I love books, but I don't know if I would go to that extent.
No, me either.
Yeah,
that's a
lot of freaking books.
It is.
Oh,
I'm thinking every wall probably had a bookshelf on it, every down the hall and everything.
She had been a professor. She was about 85 years old at that point, but she had been a professor. And she still gave talks, at different like local senior centers and stuff. She would give a talk on a given topic. And she just was an amazingly brilliant person. Just so interesting to talk to. But oh my God, the books, Lord.
Well, I imagine she must have been pretty intelligent reading all those damn books.
Oh yeah, on every conceivable subject.
Oh,
and you could possibly think of. Mostly nonfiction, not a lot of fiction.
I love books, but not that much.
No, me either.
Not to where I want them to surround me.
Well, I think we're going to wrap it up for today. I got to get ready for my appointment with the chiropractor, and I'm sure everybody else has got lots of stuff to do.
Yeah, I gotta sit here and watch TV.
Good for you.
Good job, Larry.
Well, list from my draft.
That's where you belong.
I do have my draft, so I can list a few. And wait for my daughter to get home.
That's good.
Dang, that was a lot of work. I just crammed a 17-inch porcelain doll into a 5-piece shoebox.
Good job, Todd.
She'll be a little
Such a-
wrinkled when she
Hashtag winning.
arrives. Of
I
this
thought you were gonna say it.
no.
What'd you say, Maggie?
All right. We'll see you all tomorrow. I'm not sure if we're gonna have it on my channel or Tom's. His internet should be good by, so we're gonna say Tom is gonna do the show tomorrow. So
Keep an eye on the Facebook group Reseller Squad.
Yeah.
yeah, we'll on either way. So we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good day,
All right.
everybody. Get lots of stuff
Bye.
done. Get lots of good sales. Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks
Bye.
for all coming.
Hey.